I believe every guy has a lonely chapter in their life, where, for the most part, nobody is watching, nobody praises your efforts, and you're invisible. Where most men aim to seek validation and reassurance to feel better about themselves, whereas some aim to find a way to live in the world, a way to make something for themselves. And I speak as a young guy who is in a position where I feel like as a young guy, most people don't really care about your life. You don't really have as much to contribute to the world, and things are a little bit tough. And I believe what matters most to me at this moment and to a lot of other guys is building on something that is meaningful to you, where you find something that you are interested in and you put energy towards it to get to the end goal of being able to make a living from it. And I'm in this phase at the moment. I'm doing game development and I'm obviously recording content. And I believe that this is the better path forward for a lot of guys because, yeah, I believe the lonely chapter is real. And I believe as well, it doesn't always have to be that way. It doesn't have to be this just endless loop where you just don't feel like you can get out of the situation you're in. And with the way I see it as a way where I can build and think meaningful to me in the end goal of being able to travel, be able to meet new people, have new experiences, and see a life outside of what I believe is possible. Now, one of the things that really helped me in my journey is, for context, I spent 2.5 years working on a LinkedIn lead generation business. And I ended that business earlier this year because I came to hate it. It burnt me out. I was completely misaligned and I just didn't want to do it anymore. I was doing hours and hours of manual outreach for all 6 or 7 of my clients I had at the time. And I didn't care for it at all. And I came across a video by Jack Hopkins, and his question that he asked himself in his time of need really helped me. And it basically went along the lines of, if you had all the money in the world, but you still had to work 5 hours a day, what would you do? And this was a really key turning point for me because I realized, well, it's clearly not the stuff I'm doing. And I went there, I got out a pen and paper, and I just went to town on it. I wrote out my ideal life. I wrote out, well, what would I be interested in? And as a mix to this, I then went back and made an ikigai, looking at the things that I like to do, things I'm good at, things the world needs, and the things that I can get paid for. And I went from there and I just delved deeper and deeper into that, realizing the thing I'm doing at the moment, yeah, sure, I could keep going at it and I could try and just push through it and accept it. But again, it was thinking, well, in the end goal, I then look to make tons of money with it. It's not going to change the fact that I just don't really care for it. And so I decided to end it entirely. I got rid of all my clients and now I'm doing this. Right now I'm developing my own video game, which I've got the demo out. I'm aiming to get my first full game out by the end of the year. And I'm using AI to help me with that. So that's a unique approach. And obviously I'm doing YouTube content for both this channel, but also for my game development channel as well. So I think really the main thing of this video is, look, I know that I don't just speak for myself when, I chat to other guys who just feel that they are entirely on their own, that no one's really watching them, no one's acknowledging that they are putting in the work. No one's there to actually praise you and to keep you up and to pick you up when you're down. And I think the best way I found it is, look, I still struggle with it, but having something you can work on that is meaningful to you has just helped so much because it makes me realize that on my worst of days, I can think, look, things are tough, but we've got something we're working towards. We've got, this milestone to hit or whatever it might be. And I know when I was trying to get the demo out for my game, I spent I think, at least 22 hours over the space of 3 days to get my demo out because I wanted to get the demo out in time for the actual Steam Fest release, like an event that was going on. I think it was actually more than that. I think I spent about 9 hours, 12 hours, and then 9 hours, and just really powering through it. And that was horrible, by the way, but that was something to work on, and I made it in time for the demo. And I think my first game has about 320 wish list, which I think is pretty good for a first game. But the point being is, I had something to work on, and I know for me, like when I think of things, for example, like relationships and such, I think, again, I don't want to get into a relationship with the wrong mindset. I don't want to get into a relationship for purely seeking validation and approval from the other person. I want to know that I can live this life by myself. I can live this life working on things meaningful to me, and that anyone else who comes into my life will be an addition to my life as opposed to the center of my life. So let me know your thoughts on this and what your experiences are with just the lonelier chapter and what you're working on or what you'd like to work on in order to build on things meaningful to you so you can change your life.